Hello, welcome back to Alliance Wars, Season 39, War 8. 4 Loki is facing the Slice'em Gaming Alliance, SGA-1. They've had a good season up to this point, so it's going to be a tough matchup. I'm going to be bringing a bit of a different team this war. I'm going to be keeping Ultron on the team just because I continue to have to fight Void. SGA banned Falcon, so as we've discussed, I think Ultron is probably the next best sort of answer to the Void problem in this global. I'm going to be bringing Symbiote Supreme for a couple fights because he is a global attacker, and then I'm going to be bringing Corvus to do my Section 2 fights, which are set up for a nice little Corvus nuke. Unfortunately, no Corvus on Mini-Boss Island. SGA did a good job protecting their boss with a bunch of global defenders, and Corvus just isn't, great against global defenders. Too risky that your Special 2 will glance, and then you're effed. So, first up, we have on Path 9, this Nick Fury. I'm using an Ultron for this fight, just in sort of a similar method that I would use Ultron against a Void here or any other defender. Nick Fury here on 9 is sort of an easier placement than Nick Fury on 18, in my opinion. The danger for Nick Fury is obviously him going unblockable. He's going to be spamming special 1s on node 18, not really here on node 9. So this is a bit of an easier placement for me, which, heck, I'm thankful for. And originally I had signed Yusafa to do this fight with Colossus. I then switched it up and took the fight with Ultron. And it's going to go down pretty smoothly as far as I am concerned. It's by placing Nick Fury here on node 9, you give me more options to play with in terms of counters. So I certainly appreciate their generosity. This is obviously a high sig Nick Fury because he is not degenning all that quickly. Gonna try and beta heavy and then punish. And that's just sort of the plan. It's a pretty easy fight. I'm not going to take too much more chip damage from the Fury. But even then, one of the reasons Ultron's so great is that he's got the safety net of those regions. And there's nothing in this node here that can prevent it. Get my heavy in. And now I'm going to get it with a special 2. And that should finish off this Nick Fury. Okay. Next up on node 18, there's this Sersi. She is not a global defender. But I'm going to be using Symbiote Supreme. The plan here, Power Start 1 boost, Mystic Power Back boost, and just sort of spam specials against her to eat her, buffs and rinse her down. So that's the plan. Waiting to go debuff immune here so that way I can hit her a little bit, but I'm already up to 3 bars of power. So I throw the first special 1. The good part about using Symbiote on this node is that he will eat the indestructible. Even though I shoot back up, she doesn't have it because I got that bar power during my special 3. So just chaining a second special 3, and she's going to be down real low. And hopefully I can get right up to 2 bars of power, wait for my opening, and then throw the special 2 in her face to finish off the fight. So pretty clean, pretty easy fight there for Symbiote Supreme, even though it is Hazard Shift and he has neither immunity. The debuff detox makes him a very viable solution. This was the fight I was worried about here. Vision Aarkus on 21 is always difficult. I'm just checking my boost to make sure that I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and add a greater special 3 defense boost just in case, because I need the Power Start 1 in my opinion. I'm not going to have the invul, and you're always worried about power gains with Aarkus. But this fight goes pretty well. I'm just waiting to build up into my debuff detox while my power creeps up. Now I can hit him a little bit, get a stagger on him. Unfortunately, it's after the first power gain buff. I was hoping it would be before, but yeah, c'est la vie. I'll wait till my special 3. Got to wait for my 100 charges. There they are. Now I can throw it, and I begin my special cycle against Aarkus, the same way I did against Sersi. I do make a mistake a little bit later in this fight. I am going to throw an SB2 into block. That was just me being silly, but That one, I catch him with it right to the face, have enough power back to hit him with a second one right in the face. And here's where I get a little trigger happy and throw it into his block. I thought he was going to rush forward to me, and I could special intercept him. I was wrong. I'll just take this on the block. I'm going to try to get that debuff off, the glancing debuff off me, and then I can hit him with another special 2. Even though I'm not in my special, all 3 phases active, the special there and is more than enough to get him down, obviously. Okay, now I'm going to do path 3B. This is why I brought Corvus, because the first fight is Omega Sentinel. There's possibility of 2 charges with Omega Sentinel, obviously, because of the auto block. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go for the single tech charge. I'm just parrying medium light, so that way I don't have to worry about auto block. I used another PS1 here just to fuel my Corvus, and I knew that the PS1 usage with Corvus is efficient because I'm going to get all 3 fights in with that single boost. Because next up we have Weapon X. Weapon X doesn't gain any armor up buffs, so he's really not any threat here other than just normal Weapon X silliness. But I should be able, with my rank 4 1-charge Corvus, to get him down before he ever throws a special, so I never need to worry about his unstoppable or his unblockable. So we're almost enough at a special 2. There's 1, and enough for a second, and it's over. Rinsed. So now my Corvus has 2 charges going into a third fight against this CapSam, which will end up being a third Corvus charge. But again, I won't be able to use Corvus for any of the mini-boss fights just because they were all global defenders, and it's a little too risky to use Corvus against this global because of the threat of glancing. However, CapSam's not global, so it's just, well, let me eat a hit to the face. There we go. There's a good mistake for everybody to see. I'm sure that there's some people in the community that love seeing me get punched in the face. All right, so heavy just because I'm dealing with the node, although it's really irrelevant because 1 special 2 was enough to kill him with the 2-charge Corvus. All right, final fight of this war. We have our old friend Void on node 49, the hazard shift, incinerate, poison. I've taken this fight a couple times over the map. I took this exact same fight last war against GT40. I'm taking it this war against SGA. Ultron's a really good counter here. Yeah, I think every time I do this fight, I get a little bit incrementally better at it, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up. Don't really have much else to say. Loki ended up winning this war. Good war to SGA. Good luck the rest of the season. And for the rest of you, I will see you in the next life check.